Hi, everybody. Okay, we have a Lionsgate message for you today. A little bit of information on maybe helping you understand what's been going on over this window of time. And of course, the 8th is, as I've understood it, the peak time. It kind of goes like this. Now, there are other people have other dates that they kind of use, thinking that August 8th is the end. That's not what I receive. I receive that it actually peaks at that time and kind of filters out into the days after. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. And needless to say, we're in the Lionsgate portal, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the information that I've received to help you just understand this time that we're in. Within the rest of the time is what I'll say. This is very much, how do I want to explain this? It's a moment within the larger moments to help us, what they're saying is make transition to. What they're showing me now, this is interesting, this isn't what I expected to come through, but within the larger picture of what is going on in our journey in the collective, which is very complex, there's this it's the portal, and they're showing it as a tube that just kind of, oh, they just said leapfrogs. It leapfrogs us. Okay, no wonder. And yet, and remember, this is an energetic opportunity, and it's aligned directly with Earth. Okay, and as those of you that understand the astrology and all that, aligned with Sirius. But what I want to talk about is the energy today. Whew, and what you may be experiencing. Also, we have Mercury retrograde starting, so there's a little bit of they just said mix up within that. So what we've got here is a real opportunity for a lot of heart-opening expansion energy coming in for us. Now, we can all sit there and think, oh God, this is going to be so wonderful, it's going to feel great. And yes, it does. For example, you may have a day where you're just over the top, right? Or a few days, and you're just in the now moment, you just feel good about life, everything's wonderful, right? But then the next day you can wake up and all of a sudden it's the complete opposite. But what that is, and this is where you want to be aware, that's the presentation of something for you to be aware of. So it's going to accentuate, what I get is the energy in Lionsgate is also, it's that opportunity for expansion, but here's the thing. It's also going to show you more, I'll just say more fervently, what it is that you may still be working on, needing to recognize in your journey, things you might think were done, but you need to refocus. Okay, and what they're showing is they're showing, it's like a water slide, or not a water slide, water tube, okay? So what they're showing is there's this water swirling around in it. Some of us, when we go down those, we're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to come out and be like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. I'm going to go do that again. Others of us are going to get banged around the sides and get out and say, I'm never doing that again. Oh my gosh. So it's a combination of that kind of energy during this period of time is what I'm receiving. And what they're indicating is the metaphor of going through that tube. And so what's going to happen too is you're going to have days, I would imagine, please feel free to comment, I would imagine that what you're noticing is you're having a lot of amazing feelings and you're feeling good about things, but there are times where all of a sudden, like you get yanked down or you get shown something or you're not feeling great, and it can be all like this, but you're still going through this energy that's showing opportunity. So it's opportunity for expansion. It's opportunity for upliftment. It's all part of heart opening. But remember the thing, when we talk about heart opening, growing our consciousness, growing in that love vibration, this is also about letting go of the things that we brought in and that we aren't aware of and that we have ignored, those kinds of things. So what we're getting down to is we're drilling down. We're drilling down into a lot of those little things that maybe we are still hanging on to in one way or another, whether that's a past life that's showing up, that's helping you hang on to something that needs to be recognized and then worked on. And we could talk all day long about, and actually maybe I should do a video on this, but I'm a specialist in past lives. And so there is a process to be able to work through those past lives when they come through for you. Anyway, needless to say, with respect to that, those will possibly, and things in our day-to-day life may be presenting to us in a way that we would not have expected during this period of time. Because we have a tendency to think that, Lionsgate energy is going to feel amazing. And yes, it can and does, but it also depends on what you've got as remnants or kernels of things that still need to be worked on. And so what they're showing me, is this is interesting. There's a lot of collective change right now during Lionsgate is what I'm getting. But then what Mercury retrograde is going to do is it's going to take that, and I just heard wind it up. It's going to wind it up and throw it back. I don't know how that will look. It's going to wind it up. It's interesting. Mercury retrograde is going to wind it up and throw it back and make it obvious. Wow, I don't know how that'll show up in your journey, but they're very much showing this energetically. Mercury retrograde is really important that it's happening during this time too, is what I'm getting. It's going to show things. What we're going to do is we're going to have things show up for us in unexpected ways. Okay, in unexpected ways. Whether that's something material you've been working on, or that you've been desiring of, or things that need to be recognized in your journey that maybe we've ignored, things you're continuing to work on. So this is an interesting time. August, we've already done the August energy update, but I really wanted to talk about Lionsgate because they just said, okay, a portal within the expansive process of creative expansion and heart opening. They just said that will align you with the stars. Well, that's that Sirius star system. Oh, but they said, yeah, but the energy of that, because what's happening? Okay, they're showing the beaming of certain energies. Now, Sirius, what I'm getting here is they are a star system that had a lot to do with our evolution, creation, evolution, and this is all about, what they're talking about is their love for us. This is interesting. But it's so interesting. It's like a clock. It's like click, 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 and then that window opens up for Lionsgate, and this energy starts to pour through, and so it hits us all a little differently. But in general, what you're very likely are experiencing is some very strong. They just said love vibes, right? Like for Earth, for the collective, for yourself, for whomever, but mostly this energetic heart expand. I wonder if any of you have felt the heart expansion, because I'm getting that being so incredibly strong. But remember, within that, in order to open up the heart fully, we have to also deal with the things that are being presented to us that oftentimes we don't even recognize, or we don't understand, or that we turn a blind eye to. So some of us are like in that tube, the tube that I said with the water going, like the swimming tube, or what do you want to call it? Water tube. You're going to go and you're swimming around and you're thinking, this is fun. And then bam, you get, how that, like, you feel like you're going over the side, or you feel like you're getting tossed around. That's this energy too. Okay. So it's a really interesting time for this opportunity for the continuation of our transformation. But it's also can be extremes, is what I will tell you, one day to the next. And I'm curious, you feel free to comment, because it's always fun to hear from you what your experience has been so far. This is actually being recorded on the 5th. Hopefully it'll be out today on the 5th. So it'd be interesting in hearing your experiences, because for all of us, it's fun to share, kind of what's going on in our own journey, so that we can understand what's happening to others and how this plays out in the collective. Okay, so there are a few words that came through before I started to do the video on Lionsgate. I got, and this has to do with the energy coming through, said take stock. It's an energy of taking stock, okay? It's an energy of recognizing what is being offered for awareness. Recognize what is being offered for awareness, okay? It may be in subtle ways, but more likely it's in it's in your face kind of way. Highs and lows. Expect highs and lows, okay? Bouncing around. Do not know what this word is. This is what happens when I channel. I don't take notes very well. Okay, anyway, bouncing around. So one of the things to do if you're presented with something where you're taken down into a really difficult space of the thing is to sit with it. All right, we can talk more about how to do that, and particularly if it's a past life. So I will tell you right now, past lives are critically important to this journey. We have a tendency to poo-poo them and think, oh, they're just past lives, or it'll just do its thing. Yeah, maybe so. However, we have a lot of things come up in our journey where it may be reflective in our current lifetime, but it stems from a past life. And so getting to know that person that you were in that past life is really important, understanding their story. So anyway, I know I've mentioned this, and if you are interested in more about past lives, I can assist you in identifying them pretty readily, as well as helping you understand how to work with that past life to integrate with them or you in that life into the oneness of who you are. So that's a whole process in itself. But needless to say, I will tell you this is a real opportunity for past lives to be coming up and affecting us in ways. Many of you might be feeling something new showing up that hasn't been dealt with before. Remember, this is a continuous journey. We keep seeing new things, all right? But we keep elevating at the same time. Our field keeps growing. Our auric field keeps growing and building out as we do our practice. We keep moving forward in the journey. So just know it's all progress, but it's part of the story. It's kind of like a beat down and then a lift up. Right? I mean, it really is and can be like that. But this is beautiful energy for us to really be heightened in this opportunity moving forward the rest of this year, because this is a tough year. What I'll say to you is, in addition to this message, in general, we can get very frustrated with the rest of the collective not waking up, whether it's family, friends, or just in general what we see out there. We all do it, okay? We all have that sense on occasion to one degree or another of, oh my God, I wish they would just wake up, or how can they not? Okay, remember, the most important thing you can do is focus on you. Focus on yourself, because you're not doing you're not doing them any favors at all by putting that kind of energy out. We want heart-based energy, which this is what Lionsgate is about. It's bringing in so much opportunity. So think about how your judgment of others, whether it's just a passing comment, thought in your head, or frustration, or just like, oh, I'm just so tired of this. Trying to beat this into people doesn't work, okay? And the mere fact that you have that energy in you of, oh, I wish you'd wake up, why haven't you woken up, kind of thing, to one degree or another, it doesn't help them. It doesn't help them at all. Just allowing love to come from your heart, allowing yourself to focus on you, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. And you do that, and you let go of that energy that can hold them fast, right? The judgment energy. So we all do it. We all do it, all right? Just one degree or another. Focus on yourself, how you can become more elevated during these times and as you move forward in this journey. And give grace to everyone else. Give grace to everyone else. Because yes, it can get extremely frustrating when we're not seeing people move into their journey, step into their journey when it's in front of them. But remember, everybody's at their own level of consciousness. And you do a real I'll say, because I'm right there with you, we do a real disservice to the collective expansion during this ascension time when we put out that kind of energy of frustration and being upset and really wanting them to move forward in their journey. So take a look at that. The first thing is to be aware of where you're not sending or offering that love energy, where you're not coming from a love space. And I'm not talking about being a Pollyanna or anything like that, because obviously it's real out there that, yes, we would like people to wake up. We'd love everybody to wake up. But this is a process, okay? And the best thing you can do is continue to grow in your light and build your field out. Come from your heart space. Allow your heart to open up further, because guess what? We all have work to do still too, okay? So, you might look back 10 years from now on yourself and go, oh my gosh, I thought I was so wide awake, right? I mean, we don't know. So just focus on yourself, bring that heart space energy in, and give love to everyone else during this journey. All right, so that's Lionsgate. I'm going to leave you with my information. I'm Carolyn Zaiser. I always forget to introduce myself. But anyway, needless to say, thank you for those of you who are new to this video, to this channel, and thank you to everybody else who always joins me. Check out my website, purplerainhealing.com, for all of my channeled messages, services, my spiritual awakening mentoring, and my distance energy healing. I would love to work with you, particularly during this time. And remember, I also assist you with understanding your past lives, which is a huge component in our journey during this time. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.